I don't know if you have this feeling, but I constantly find myself daydreaming about finding an expert who can solve a very specific problem in my life. And one specific problem that comes up every year is filing taxes. But luckily, finding someone who can solve that problem is easy with TurboTax. They have dedicated tax experts who are there to help you every step of the way. With TurboTax Expert Full Service, you can match with an expert who will handle your taxes from start to finish, no matter how complex. You can even hand off all your tax stuff within the TurboTax app. And then you can see updates on your expert's progress while you go about your day. You can check exactly where your tax return stands right there on your phone. And then if someone ever says to you, man, I wish there were an expert who could do my taxes for me, you can say, oh, I know someone. Visit TurboTax.com to match with your expert today. It's only available with TurboTax Full Service Experts. The real-time updates are only in the iOS mobile app.
Who discovered Diane Keaton and put her in Annie Hall? Who found Dustin Hoffman and made sure he played Ratso Rizzo in Midnight Cowboy? Who saw Jason Schwartzman and made sure Wes Anderson knew about him for Rushmore? Casting directors, that's who. When the 98th Oscar ceremony airs on March 15th, the first ever Academy Award for Achievement in Casting will be given in nearly 100 years of Academy history. 5 films laden with stars and fascinating new discoveries are nominated. One Battle After Another, Marty Supreme, Hamnet, The Secret Agent, and Sinners. The Kitchen Sisters take us behind the scenes and into the lives and work of this first ever batch of nominees and into the mysterious and fascinating world of film casting. Fun fact, along with being a kitchen sister, Davia was a casting director for over a decade. The Kitchen Sisters present Everyone's a Casting Director, the first ever Academy Award for Achievement in Casting in the 98-year history of the Academy Awards, with host, 4-time Academy Award winner, Frances McDormand. At kitchensisters.org or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't miss it.
From Mermaid Palace and Radiotopia, welcome to the heart. I'm Caitlin Prest, and this is Suburban Paradise, a new season of The Heart made by me, KP, from a reflective, simple, meandering, and mundane era of my life. Segment 1, the world around. Can you guess where I am? Do you know what time of year it is? What time of day? Blue Jays, the World Series. I've been here since they beat Seattle, and it's the first time that I've ever been interested in sports. It is from this lovely house full of what I'm calling the coven, because Halloween is coming up. The 3 of us, Becky, Emily, and me, in Roseneath, Ontario, surrounded by a flower farm, a duck shed full of runner ducks, a big Malamute dog named Maple, fiery autumn leaves turning red and orange everywhere on the skyline. Segment 2, Diary. One diary entry from one period of time that has not been altered, shared in its most earnest, honest, and naked form. It was written on a typewriter. I was 39 years old. It was fall. And I was at my friend Becky's house in the country. From October 26, 2025. Tell the story of the outside, not the inside. A stone house with blue shutters and a blue door. The Toronto Jays are in the World Series against LA. The sound of the game wafts up the stair, and I can tell how well they're doing by the screams of the audience. Emily is wearing a burgundy dress, one of those form-fitting, long-sleeve, stretchy fabric ones, the kind that lose their shape if you wash them too much. The first wear is always the best one. And even though Becky gave me the great compliment of assigning Hocus Pocus's Sarah Jessica Parker character to me, when we were trying to figure out if we were to dress up like the three sister witches in that movie, who would be who? As far as I was concerned, it's always an argument, as long as you're among femme women, about who gets to be Sarah Jessica Parker. Of course, I was very, very flattered and surprised, relieved, to be honest, not to have to endure the adult version of that fight. The version where we pretend like we don't care who gets to be Sarah Jessica Parker. But, drop hints that we think that, really it should be me, or should be me, or me, or, everybody wants it to be me. And when I say me, I mean themselves. I was starting to tense up, to be honest. And she said it very matter-of-factly. I was Sarah Jessica Parker. There was no question. It's a great compliment that I will hold on to. If you haven't seen the movie...
Tis firm!
There are three witches in this movie called Hocus Pocus.
My book!
Bette Midler is one of them, and she's like a kind of a fortress, badass, like queen bitch kind of vibe, and then...
Fill the sky! Bring the little brats to die!
One of them is like, has long blonde hair and is like really pretty and flirty and like has a pretty voice and stuff. There's like a goofy, funny one.
Chunks! Chunks? Dead man's chunks! There's no such thing as chunks. You're right.
Why do we always want to be the pretty one? Ugh. That's my side, that's my side, that's my side, that's my side. The truth is that it's obvious after spending a weekend with Emily that of the three of us, she is most certainly the one who most suits the only beautiful witch in the sister coven. It's her coy and flirtatious way of doing most things, from administering dog pills to asking if you'll get her a beer from the fridge, to asking where the communal towel is. That's what she calls it. It's really just the only clean one we've been able to find without looking too hard, and a symbol of our shared values around things that other people are uptight about. If I was the house, and the house was doing its morning pages at night on this typewriter with a blue ribbon, what would it be writing? A crescent moon hangs in the sky over tall stalks of various flowers, like a cornfield, but instead of neat rows of green stalks turning gold about now, there are patches of impenetrable green brush, with long leaves and dried flowers dying for winter, tangled bushes and vines winding, glittering with the first frost of the year. Secret garden pathways separate the beds and take you in and around to the duck shed.
Are you upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, 25 minutes to departure.
Aye, aye. 3 women hold their hearts, worrying about the bear-sized dog who can't get up. Maple, the Malamute, is having a quiet seizure in the grass, the long, straight black-haired one. Becky. Fills a syringe with Valium. "I've got to call the vet," she mutters. And then I'm doing it up her butt, looking over at the blonde, wavy-haired one, Emily, who is closest to that particular area. Blonde, wavy, Emily, begins trying to lift or move Malamute Maple. It's not quite possible, but the syringe finds its way and the dog is getting up on her own. Blonde, wavy Emily with burgundy dress holds Maple's head and massages her face. Brown curly topknot with flyaways stands on the steps, looking down onto the scene, spine curled over in sympathy pain, unnerved, seeing such a massive animal, weak and incapable of moving, slow and stuck, limp and in distress. Brown curly topknot holds her own heart as it breaks a little bit, and then hands on her forehead as she scours her mind for a memory from the last 24 hours, if she could find one to suggest that she was either A, responsible for this, or B, could have prevented it. Topknot flyaways toils outside, scaring the ducks back into their home, not on purpose, but simply by way of showing up, stranger as she is. She's carrying big bags of animal things into and around the house, cat litter, duck feed, wood chips, and finally, this typewriter, inside a bag whose zipper is broken and requires the matron of the house to fiddle open. The pressure hose isn't frozen anymore, and she sprays clean everything that needs it, enjoying the simple satisfaction of efforts made to keep small beings alive and comfortable. Even the big beings that talk and walk. She's spending more time cooking and cleaning and feeling more pride in the creativity of that than she is making creative work that lives inside sitting hunched over the computer, moving files from digital device to digital device, and losing time to the effort required to move digital files from a device that is supposed to be known for seamless syncing between devices. She sits in the room with the black and white checkered square floor tiles, a blue desk and a day bed, dried flower bouquets saved from her last visit, when the flower farm was in bloom and the farmer's market was every Saturday. The blue desk is decorated with orca paraphernalia and watercolor sketches for a film that the matriarch of the home is working on. One of her own projects, not work for hire. It languishes, unattended to, a beautiful desk with marine land pennants waiting for the artist to be finished tending to everyone else's demands on her. An orca-colored typewriter that has yet to be serviced. LA Dodgers play Kendrick Hate for Drake in the stadium. I'm texting into the Coven's shared text thread. Quote, "Both rude and kind of genius and cute in terms of LA versus TO pop culture. I don't know how, but it was me that said that. It was like triple pop culture knowledge in there. P.S. I text. What is the name of the color of the shutters in the door of this house? French blue, dusty blue, gray periwinkle. The door is beige but looks blue. It's called Plateau. Plateau, Chateau, Lunger, Heart, Hurt, Lockjaw, a.k.a. TMJ. One of my life's great fears ever since hearing about it as a kid. The consequences of getting hurt via rusty metal. A warning.
Segment 3. 30 seconds of raw sound from the date of the diary entry that you heard.
Is it frozen, really? Oh. Damn it. Jesus Christ. Okay, we're feeding the ducks now. Follow me on Instagram at Caitlin Prest. Donate to the Unemployed Philosophers Guild, of which I am a member. Well, so in this period of monk-like renunciation of earthly possessions and money, the monks, it's part of their practice that they're supposed to bear alms. They're supposed to take their bowl out and beg for money, and really put themselves in a position of being dependent on the kindness of strangers. And I think it's really important spiritually, and that's what I'm feeling right now. So if you want to put money in my bowl so that I can eat and sometimes travel to see friends or get a driver's license or buy a paintbrush, take my parents out for dinner, go to a sauna. The links are on the Heart website and Mermaid Palace. Please donate if you want to support my art. Okay? Okay, bye. Okay. Yes, we're going on a walk. Oh boy. Yes.
Malamute Maple is doing just fine, for anybody who is worried. Okay, that's super duper it. Bye.
This show is supported by Odoo. When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Radiotopia.
From